For the development of local self-government in India, there were few committees which were constructed by Government of India. Which are those committees? So before knowing those committees, we should know the background of it. So in 1952, a community development program. This was started on the suggestion of K.M. Munshi. So this community development program was started on by K.M. Munshi on the suggestion of K.M. Munshi. This community development program recommended what? Decentralization. So this community development program recommended decentralization. Then one more program in 1953, that was National Extension Service Program. So National Extension Service Program in 1953 also recommended decentralization. And to review these recommendation, so to review these recommendation, a committee was constituted. The committee name was Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, and this committee was constituted in 1957. So this Balwant Rai Committee, which was constituted to review the decentralization of power, gave few recommendations. They also gave recommendations. What were those recommendations? So it said that there should be a three-tier structure in Panchayati Raj system. Here Gram Panchayat, here Panchayat Samiti, and Jila Parishad. This Gram Panchayat, the election, Gram Panchayat should be directly elected, and Jila Parishad and Panchayat Samiti should be indirectly elected. So this was the recommendation of Balwant Rai Committee. There were few other recommendations of this which are important, like the chairman of Jila Parishad should be the DM. So the district magistrate should be the chairman of Jila Parishad. Yes. Apart from that, they also recommended that these institutions should be given planning and development activities resources and some other resources so that they can manage on their own. The next committee which was constituted by the government of India was Ashok Mehta Committee. So Ashok Mehta Committee was constituted in 1977, and they gave their recommendation on August 1978. What were those recommendations? So their important recommendation was two-tier government. Only two-tier. So Balwant Rai Committee, which gave the recommendation of three-tier Panchayati Raj institutions, but Ashok Mehta Committee gave two-tier Panchayati Raj institutions. In this two-tier Panchayati Raj institution, which consists of Jila Parishad and Mandal Panchayat, which consists of the block level or the population. If a block or a village or a tehsil, if a population of that is 15 to 20,000, then this will be called as Mandal Panchayat. There were few other recommendations of Ashok Mehta Committee which are important. What are those recommendations? Those recommendations are like the tenure should be fixed of 4 years of these elected Panchayati Raj institutions, and there should be a policy of reservation. So they also called for reservation for ST, SC and women. What are other recommendations which are important? Though they recommended to form a state election commission, state finance commission and Panchayati Raj department, and also Panchayati Raj minister. they recommended to form these institutions. What they also recommended that these institutions should be given power to levy tax, okay, so that they can manage their own resources. So these recommendations were rejected by the government of India, but there were few states like Karnataka and West Bengal where the election of Panchayati Raj institutions took place on these recommendations, and those were quite unsuccessful. Those elections proved to be unsuccessful. The next committee, which was formed by GOI, was GVK Rao Committee. GVK Rao Committee, which was constituted in 1985 by the government of India. So this committee noticed few things regarding Panchayati Raj institutions. What were those things? So the basic idea of Panchayati Raj institutions is what? That there will be a grassroots level democracy. There will be grassroots level of democracy. What does this mean? This means that they have a say in planning, in development, in implementation. But what happens that during that time, during 1985, there was no Panchayati Raj institutions has no role in the development in planning. So this committee called the Panchayati Raj institutions of that time as grass without roots. So these are famous words said by this committee. So they gave some recommendations to make it a grassroots level of democracy. What were those recommendations? Simple. First of all, they said there should be a 4 level of Panchayati Raj institutions. 4 level. Till now we have seen 3 level, 2 level, and 4 level. This committee of GVK Rao committee gave the recommendation of 4 level of Panchayati Raj institutions. This 4 level where the top is Jilla Parishad. So this Jilla Parishad, there should be a chairman. There should be a post at Jilla Parishad that should be created of what? District Development Commissioner. This District Development Commissioner should function as the CEO of Jilla Parishad. What are other recommendations? Simple. They said that the Panchayati Raj institution should have a say in development, in planning, and in implementation of the schemes. These were some recommendations or important recommendations of the GVK Rao committee, which was constituted in 1985. The next committee which was constituted by Rajiv Gandhi government. So Rajiv Gandhi government constituted the new committee in 1986, and the committee was L.M. Singhvi committee. L.M. Singhvi committee. This L.M. Singhvi committee first of all recognized about that PRIs like post Panchayati Raj institutions should be given the constitutional status. So, and for this purpose, the Gram Sabha should be given more power, more financial power. They also emphasized that Gram Sabha is an important institutions regarding Panchayati Raj institutions, and they also called for establishment of Justice Panchayat. What? Justice Panchayats. So they said that Justice Panchayats should be established, and there should be judicial tribunals. Judicial tribunals should also be established. These are few important recommendations of L.M. Singhvi committee. And based on this L.M. Singhvi committee, that they said constitutional status should be given. So for this purpose, Rajiv Gandhi government introduced 64th Constitutional Amendment Act in July 1989 to give constitutional status to Panchayati Raj institutions. But this constitutional status, this constitutional amendment act was passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha did not pass it, hence this lapsed. So this lapsed, so the Panchayati Raj institutions could not get constitutional status. But L.M. Singhvi committee was the first committee to recommended that PRIs, that Panchayati Raj institutions, should be given constitutional status. So, in the year 1988, there were two committees which was constituted. Which are those two committees? First one, P.K. Thungan committee. P.K. Thungan committee, and the next one was V.N. Gadgil committee. So, P.K. Thungan committee gave few recommendations about on Panchayati Raj institutions. What are those? So, just like L.M. Singhvi committee, they also recommended that constitutional recognition should be given to Panchayati Raj institutions. And apart from that, there should be a three-tier level of Panchayati Raj institutions where Jilla Parishad will work as a pivot and will be the agency for planning and development. What else they recommended? They recommended that there should be a 5-year fixed terms for Panchayati Raj institutions. What else? They also recommended that the chairman of Jilla Parishad, not the chairman but the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, will be the collector or the DM of the district. Then what did V.N. Gadgil committee recommend? The V.N. Gadgil committee also recommended similar things. They said that constitutional recognition should be given. They also said that 5-year term should be, there should be a 5-year tenure for Panchayati Raj institutions, and they also gave few recommendations by which you can make these institutions more powerful. So these are some recommendations. Based on these recommendations, there were one more committee that was constituted, and that committee was Nathuram Mirdha committee. This committee was constituted that how can we give the constitutional recognition for Panchayati Raj institutions. So based on this committee's recommendations, the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992 came in effect. And the good thing, the important thing about this, that this Constitutional Amendment Act was introduced on 16th of September 1991. This was this date when it was introduced in Lok Sabha, and on 22nd December 1992 it got passed in the Lok Sabha, and the next day, the very next day, on 23rd December 1992 it was passed by Rajya Sabha, and after few months, on 20th April 1993 it was sent to President and signed by President on this day. And in India, this act came into effect on 24th April 1993, and that is why this date, 24th April, is celebrated in India as Panchayati Raj Day. Panchayati Raj Day. So what are some important provisions or important things regarding 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992? So important things about it is that the new schedule was added, that was Schedule 11. The new part 9 also was added, and according in this part 9, 16 articles were given to these Panchayati Raj institutions, from Article 243 to Article 243 of O. So these all 16 articles talk about Panchayati Raj institutions. This article talks about that all the state law about Panchayati Raj institutions should be repealed, and that's how the Karnataka became the first state to apply this act, to pass this act. But MP was the first state where the election took place according to this 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act.